Hey there, welcome to the ActiveCampaign Quick Start video. Today I just want to give you a really basic overview of ActiveCampaign, how you can get started and really make the most of your free trial and hopefully convert into a paid subscription. You know, ActiveCampaign is one of the best marketing automation software tools that I have come across. There's lots out there in the market, but ActiveCampaign is really, really powerful and also a really good price, especially for small businesses. So I just want to give you a really quick overview and show you some of the main things that you're going to find in ActiveCampaign. So what we're going to cover today is the dashboard. So what you see as soon as you log in. We're going to talk about lists and how to create your lists. We're going to talk about how to get your contacts in, which is really important, how to set up your first campaign. We'll go over reporting, and then we'll talk about forms and integrations. So let's dive straight in. So if we come over here, this is the screen that you'll see as soon as you log in to ActiveCampaign, and this is called the dashboard. This at the moment is just populated with dummy content because this is our sandbox account. But when you log in and when you start to use ActiveCampaign, you will see all of this populated with your own information. So down the side here under recent activity, you can see things like Facebook mentions, people who have subscribed, people who have opened your email, Twitter mentions, and the list goes on if people have unsubscribed. So this is really where you see the basics of what is happening in your account right now. If we go over here, you can see how many contacts are in your database, and if you click here, you get your drop down of either all or active. You can see your contact trends, so over time you can see the campaigns that you've just sent, and you can quickly create a new campaign. You can manage any of your templates here, your automations, any pipelines you've got going on, and the tasks that are associated with those pipelines. And then you can see different your top contacts. So these are people who are interacting with your campaigns. So if you don't want to see any of these, say we don't want to see any of our templates, we can simply click X, and that takes it off the database. And any of these can also be repositioned on the dashboard, just so you can get it the way you like it. And if you see down here, just this little arrow, you can also add other tiles. So you could say, if you wanted to see your interaction trend, you just click on that, and it will come up in your dashboard, and then you can move it wherever you want. So that's pretty much the dashboard. It's good to get an overview of what's happening in your account, and it makes it really easy to just create a brand new campaign. And if you click the down arrow, you can also create a new contact, a new deal, or a new list straight from your dashboard. Okay, so let's get into then having a look at lists, because before you do anything in ActiveCampaign, you need to create your lists. So let's jump on over here to lists. And the first list that you probably want to create is something like a main list. Now, ActiveCampaign, you can have one contact in multiple different lists. So don't think about lists, especially if you come from MailChimp, don't think about lists as you have to create different lists for every single kind of mailing type that you want to mail to. So some people, and this is my recommendation, have just one list for their business, and then within that list we can tag people, say as different products, or that they've opted in for something different, and so you can segment your one list by tags. But if you are more comfortable with having multiple lists, you might want to have your main list, might have your blog subscribers, you might want to have your clients and customers, that kind of thing. And so you can have one contact who is subscribed to those multiple lists. Okay, so to create a new list, it's very easy. You just come up here, add new list, you give it a name, you give it your address, and you do need to put your physical address in as part of the Spam Act. You put your email address in here and a little reminder of how that person got onto your list. Okay, and then it's just a matter of creating the list. And that then would, if you added another one, that would add another list here. And you've got some different options when you click on the arrow to the side here. So you can edit your list, which brings this pop-up screen back up. You can view the contacts in your list. You can view the engagement, who is engaging, what their like the engagement rate. You can make segments. So that's what I was talking about before with if you tag different people with different tags, you can segment them in different ways and send specific emails to just segments of your list. ActiveCampaign has a function called subscribe by email. And so you can just add a special email that people can just send an email to, and it will subscribe them straight away to the list. So that's a cool little function that you can use if you just want to have people instantly subscribe via email. Most people you would subscribe via a form. So again, you can subscribe by SMS. So same thing, but they would send an SMS to somebody. You then got your advanced settings, which just gives you some more advanced features, which include things like the list owner. If you want to resend the last campaign to any new contacts, auto posting, that kind of thing. So that's under advanced settings. And then if you do want to quickly copy a list, you can do that, or you can delete a list. So that's fairly easy. That's your lists. So then if you want to, obviously once you've got your list in, then you're going to import your contacts. So it's just a matter of coming over here and pressing import. You can import from a lot of different services. So you can connect straight away with services like these ones down here: Batchbook, BigCommerce, Capsule, Contactually, all of these kind of things, and you can sync your contacts from there. The easiest way to get your contacts in is to import from a CSV file. So whether you're using MailChimp or Aweber or GetResponse or whatever you're using, you want to export your contacts from there as a CSV file and then import them straight in. And so you just press import and choose your CSV from there. You can also copy and paste your contacts. If you just copy and I suggest this if you've only got a few contacts. If you've got a couple of hundred or thousands, then use the CSV option. Okay, so that's importing our contacts. So then what you're going to do once you import your contacts is you obviously want to start sending them campaigns. So we can always come up here to campaigns, and it's really easy to send a campaign. Now in ActiveCampaign, a campaign is a one-time email that you would send to your subscribers, like a monthly newsletter or sending them your weekly blog post, something like that. So you come up here to New Campaign, and you want to give your campaign a name. And the thing to remember is this is not the subject line. It's not what your subscribers are going to see. This is purely for your benefit. So we might put in here monthly newsletter. And you do have quite a few different options down here. Mostly in campaigns, you're going to use this one called standard. Automated, if you want to create an automation, then I suggest you go to the automation section, not use this here. You can send an autoresponder, which is a date-based autoresponder, or a campaign that gets sent as soon as someone subscribes. Again, if you want to do an autoresponder, I suggest that you go straight to automations and you create it as an automation rather than an autoresponder here. There's a lot more functions in automation rather than just a one-time email sent as an autoresponder. You can also, if you want to split test campaigns, so if you want to compare different headlines or different images or that kind of thing, then you would split test. You would use a split test campaign. You can send emails based on RSS triggers. So if you wanted to send an email every time you created a new blog post, just to let people know of that blog post, you could use that. And then date-based campaigns. Again, date-based campaigns are starting to come into automations as well. So pretty much if you're going to work with campaigns, you want to use this standard, which I'm going to show you through today, split testing or RSS. These three here, date-based, autoresponder, automated, you should use the automation feature rather than the campaign feature. So I hope that makes sense to you. So once you've named your campaign and chosen the type, you click up here to next. And you want to choose your list, okay? So at the moment we've only got one list. You might have more than one list when you create your account. So you simply select the list. Now at the moment we only have one contact, but you see as soon as we selected that, we got this option here to segment. And so we can create any kind of segment that we want. So if we come in here, we would add a condition. Okay, so this might be a tag. So we might be tag exists, and it might be current clients. Obviously, that's not a tag that I have at the moment here, so it would come up with 0. But if you did have that tag and all those people existed in your main list, then it would just choose those people. But at the moment, all we want to do is just choose the main list, and it's just got one contact. So once you finish selecting your list, you go to next. And then you have all of these different templates that you can choose from in the template section. You can also click here for your past campaigns. So if you've sent out a campaign in the past and you like the look of it, you can simply use that campaign, or you can build one straight from scratch. There's a lot of really good templates in here. And if you do want some more templates, we can, as part of our Kickstart service, we actually build some custom templates for your own business. So if you're interested in that, then just get in contact. But other than that, I would choose a template. So say you want to do... let's find a good one for a newsletter. Could be something like this. So you can preview each of these just by pressing preview. And you can see what it looks like in both. So that one looks good. So we'll just say use this design. And then as soon as we click that, then we need to come up with who this is going to be from. So you might want to send it from yourself, you might want to send it from your company, or a combination of both. Choose the email address you want to send it from, and then the subject line. And make sure to use a really catchy subject line, not our monthly newsletter. Then press continue. You can always change that. So don't feel like you're locked into it. You can change it. So then we come here, and this is the drag and drop page builder, and it's really, really quick and easy to use. Okay, so you come up here, this section up here is already an image section. So if you wanted to add your own logo in, you could simply press new image and add your own logo in from your computer. So anytime any of these, as you hover over them, you'll see you get this black box. So with a text box, you can then add new content in. And then if you see, as soon as you click in here, over on the right side, you'll get your different options. So you can set a different line height, you can set different background colors, you can set borders if you want to give it a border. Obviously that doesn't look the greatest, but you get the idea. Margins and padding, so if we wanted to give this a bit more padding at the top and bottom, you can do things like that. So it's very quick and easy to customize your templates. And this here is a button. So again, you come over here to your options. You can add in your link up here. And then if you have a look at this, there's a new little feature from ActiveCampaign, this cogwheel. You can actually add an action when somebody clicks on that button. So you can come here and you can add a tag. So say somebody, especially with a monthly newsletter, if you're writing about different topics, say this topic was about marketing automation. So we might say we want to tag them with topic, marketing automation. And then we start to get some really great behavioral feedback that we can continue to use. So other things are things like subscribe them to a list, unsubscribe them, add them to an automation or end an automation. And what I really love is that, you know, if people are already in your database and you've got an offer that you want, say you've got a new opt-in or a new lead magnet, think about using one-click subscription. Okay, so what you want to do is make it as easy as possible for people to take action. So if you've got a new opt-in or a new lead magnet and people are already in your database, there's no need for them to go to a landing page and fill out their details again, because you've already got their details. So you can say on your button, click here to subscribe, and you can use the action to subscribe them straight to the list. So that's a pretty easy way to get people to opt into things who are already on your list. Okay, so once you finish that, you just press OK. So you've got all different options like adding headings, and then every time, if you are clicking in a text field, then you, if you want to change, you know, colors and things like that, you just come up here, and you've got some more options down here, lists and bullets and strike throughs and all those kind of options. And as you hover, you can see you've got your different options here. So you this one up here is to move the box. So you might want to, so you click on here and you drag, and you can drag it anywhere. Now if you can see that, like the line is all the way across, that kind of aqua line, so we can drag it straight down there. If say for instance we want to move it next to this box, see how the line is now at the right hand side? We could move it that way. So just when you're moving it around, just you know, try a few different things and a few different ways to do that. And you can also click on the little cogwheel, duplicate a box. This is a great function here, make conditional. So you can show different text boxes depending on different conditions in your email. So it might be you want to show a specific section to a certain email address. It could be a tag, it could be in a different country. So you can show or not show a box depending on different conditions in your list. You can also hide on a mobile device. So if there's a section that you think this isn't going to work on mobile, you can hide it. And then you can also save it to your content library, and this is just a really quick and easy way. So we go text box. We can save it, and over here you see you've got your blocks, this is just your normal blocks that you can insert, but you've got your saved ones. So if we wanted to then add our text box section straight down here, we've got a quick and easy way to get a text box in. This works really well if you've got a header that you use all the time, or a logo, or certain text that you just want to get straight in. And then there's lots and lots of different other options that you can insert into your template. So text boxes, images, buttons, videos, line breaks. So that's something like this here. Spacer, RSS feeds, social. So this is a cool little section that you can add your social media icons to. So people follow you on social media. If you want to just turn all these off. And you've got your little social media icons there. And so if you see there, you've got your background is green rather than white. That's a really easy fix. You can just come over here and just press column and go up and change it to white. And you get all the way up to white, and then you get your white background. So quick and easy, and you create really great campaigns in here. Then what you want to do is you want to come back over to next. Once you've finished your design, and you get your campaign summary. So you've got your your subject here, which you can edit. You can edit your list. You can come down here. You want to always have these two on: open, read tracking, link tracking, and then I would also always turn your reply tracking on as well. If you want to track these campaigns in Google Analytics, you can also turn that on. And then delivery here, you can set a schedule for this campaign. So if you want to send it at a specific time and day, you can do that. Or you can just simply press send now, and that will send your campaign. Now at any time, if you just want to think, okay, I'm just going to leave this and go and do something else, you can just press save and exit. And that's what we're going to do right now, because we don't need to send that. So once you have sent a campaign, so you see here that comes up as a draft, and you can always press continue to get back into that and to send it. Okay, so then what we're going to do now that we've sent our campaign is actually see the report of who's opened it, who's clicked through on any links, that kind of thing. So when you're in your campaign screen, you can always come here to any of your previous campaigns and press view report, or you can go straight up here to reports in your menu bar. And this is going to bring up any reports from your previous campaigns or your previous automations. Okay, so we've already sent one dummy campaign from this account, and so you can see here on this side, when you hover over, say, opens, you can see the open rate and how many people, and also the click-through rate. So when you click through, you can see some of your deeper stats. So in here, this is your activity stream. You can see, you'll be able to see as soon as people open or click through, and you can see opens, clicks, forwards, unsubscribes, and bounces down here. And again, as you scroll over them, the little box pops up. So if you click on opens, you can come in here and you'll be able to see down here will list exactly who has opened and how many people. So that's a good one. You can see again clicks, who which person has clicked on what link. You can see where people are opening your campaign, as in what countries. You can see any social stats, how many people have shared it on Twitter and Facebook. You can see who's unsubscribed to your list, and also the clients, the email clients. So here it'll list Gmail, Outlook, whatever other clients that people are using, and that's always a good way to see where the majority of your people are opening your emails. So you can also come up here and you've got resend options. So you can always resend a recent campaign, so create a new campaign based on this campaign. You can send to new contacts, so any new contacts that have subscribed to your list since you sent this campaign. Or this is a really handy one, send to contacts who have not read or opened the campaign. So that's a really simple way to get people to send your campaign again to anyone who hasn't opened it. And that is reports. And so this over here is your single campaign. That's what we were just looking at. But you can also see the stats on any automations that you create. So each automation, what's the open rate on that, each email in an automation, and so forth. So that is that's reports. So the next thing that we want to have a quick look at is forms and integrations. And so the easiest and best way to get people into your list is with a form on your website. So it might be a simple opt-in form where you say, subscribe for our latest newsletter or our blog posts or anything like that. So in here you can create as many different forms as you like. We've just got a simple opt-in form that we created here. But if we want to create a new form, we just come up here and we might want to say this is our lead magnet. So you might have a free download or some way that people can get into your list. You've got a few options. The one you're probably going to use the most is inline, but there's some new form options that ActiveCampaign has just introduced. One's the floating bar. So you'll see like up the top of your page a little floating bar that people can use to opt in. A floating box, which as you scroll on the page will scroll up on either the left or the right. Oops. Or a modal, so as people, a pop-up box. So let's just stick with a simple inline form for now. And then what you can do is you can choose some different actions that happen as soon as somebody uses that opt-in, or uses that form. So what you want to do is subscribe them to a list. So that's always an option. You can choose which list you want to subscribe them to. Or we can add more actions, like if you wanted to add a tag. So we might want to say source, oops, nope, web opt-in, and so that way we always know exactly what form that they've used to opt into our list. You can also get the results emailed to you. So if you want to know every time someone's opted into your list, you can add in, and you can add in as many people as you want to that. So once you're done creating that, you just press create. And you come then to the form builder, which looks like this. And so you can actually design your form. So you might want to say here as the title, opt in for our free thing. And then in here, just between the P tags, you want to put a description. Enter your details to download our fab free thing. So always you're going to have full name and email here. And so when you click on either of these, you can make them required or not. Email is always required. And then you can click out of those and you can add any other kinds of fields here in standard. So if you also wanted to add their phone number, you just click on that and drag it, and you've now got your phone number. If you wanted to add their business name, you could do that, and so on. Now, if you don't want that to say submit, the button, you could say get started or instant access, whatever you're going to use. And you can style your form, because at the moment that looks a little bit ugly. So you can either have this horizontal layout as we've got here, or you can have a long layout like that, sorry, vertical or horizontal. You can change the background color. So if you wanted it to really stand out, you could make it fully red. You could change the font color, borders, radius. So say you wanted to kind of have a bit of a corner on there, you can change the width of it. So if we wanted to make it a bit longer, all those kinds of things you can change. Your background color for your button. Yeah, so that's a really quick and easy way to create your form. You can also come over here to options, and you can either show, so this is when people submit, you can either show a thanks for signing up, or you can actually open a different URL. So if you've got a thank you page that you want to send them to, then you would put that in there, and then you can have a look at these form actions, which we created when we first created the forms. One thing to note is that when you do subscribe someone to a list, it will automatically have a double opt-in, which means that before they get subscribed, they get an email saying, please confirm your subscription. Now you can turn that off, and that's under here, form actions, and then you click on the little cog. And you can either simply turn that off if you don't want it, especially for an opt-in. If someone's subscribing, I would say definitely do a double opt-in. But if someone is just opting in for a downloadable or something like that, then you could possibly turn it off. And then, so if you are going to turn it on, you can have a look at the opt-in email that will get sent. And that's basically what it looks like all the time. You can edit that so it looks a bit different, and you can also edit the confirmation action. So if you just want to show a message saying thanks for opting in, or redirect them to another URL, that kind of thing. At the moment, we're going to turn that off and press save. And so once you're happy with your form, you've set up your actions, then what you want to do is actually integrate that. And so you will come here. So there's a few different ways. If you want to stick it on your website, if you've got a WordPress website, that's really easy. You would come here. You could either do the simple embed or the full embed. I would say if you want to keep it simple and you don't want to touch any HTML, then grab this simple embed, press Ctrl+C to copy, and then you can insert that into your website, however you do that. You can also have a link. So this is just a link to a page that people can go to. So you can send that link to people, but mostly you'll be integrating it onto your website. You can also integrate it onto your Facebook page as well as a form. So that's really easy to do that. Just press get started, and once you've done that, you can press save and exit. So that is very easy, the forms. And then once you're here, you can see how many people have actually used those forms. You can preview them, you can go back into them and get that code to integrate them, you can see statistics, or you can simply duplicate. So that's really easy. That's how you use the forms to get people into your database. So the very last thing I want to show you is just a bit of an overview of your contacts screen, because we didn't really go over this before. And it's very easy to navigate. When you come in here to contacts, you'll see all your different contacts listed. When you have more in here, you'll see them all listed down here, and you can filter by a few different things. So status, whether they're active, unconfirmed, unsubscribed, or bounced. You can filter by your list, by any tags that you've got. And so that's an easy way to kind of, filter people. And then if you want to do an advanced search, you just click in your search box and press advanced, and you can do any number or combination of searching. So if you wanted to see if someone's clicked on a link, not clicked on a link, opened, achieved a goal, submitted a form, any of those different things, if they're in a certain state, country, area code, any kind of contact info. So it's a very, very powerful search option. So then let's just come into an individual's contact screen, because this is pretty good in here. At the top here, you'll be able to see their name, their email, and then what ActiveCampaign does is it will pull in any social, not social, but social media profiles that are connected to this email address. So this email address is obviously connected to some kind of Twitter profile, and I can click on that and go to Twitter. If it was my Facebook email address, then my Facebook account would come up here, maybe LinkedIn, and so that's a really great way to get a bit more of an overview of the people in your database. Directly here is the activity that people are taking. So you'll see people when they've subscribed, when they've been sent a campaign, when they've opened a campaign, if they've clicked, if they've replied, any of that. So that's a very cool thing. You can add notes to people. Down on the left hand side here, you can see any of their personal details. You can here you can filter those personal details by list. So if there's a certain field that you want, usually you would just have all lists, so you could see anything, and you can click in here and you can change any of the fields. You can add tags to your list. So this might be, as we put before, a current client. They might be a blog subscriber, that kind of thing. And so you can very quickly add people. And then if you want to also add people to lists, you can see which list that they're on. You can subscribe, unsubscribe. And once you have more lists, you'll have a little cogwheel up here that you can add them to any other lists. So that's very basic, adding the contact screen. And then so if you want looking at settings or anything like that, you want to come up here on the right hand side and come in here to, you can have a look at the different settings and go through those. So you just got your account information, advanced. Sometimes if you're going to integrate this with other software like, say, SumoMe or Thrive themes or anything like that, they might ask you for your API details, and you just find those here in the developer section. And then you can add other users as well. So you'll want to come over here to your users section, and you can, this is where you can also change your own password. So we always give out a randomly generated password. If you want to change it, you can do that, or you can add new users just by coming back in here. If you do want to change your password, you'll just edit yourself and put in a new password. So hopefully that was helpful in giving you an overview of ActiveCampaign, how to get started really quickly, and some really quick wins in there. If you do have any questions, then please email us, support@mavendigital.com.au, and we will answer any questions around your account. And also remember, we do have a Kickstart package, so we can help you get set up really, really quickly and easily. So just go to mavendigital.com.au/automation, and you can sign up for our Get Started Faster Kickstart service. We'll set up your account, all your users, permissions. We'll give you some automated email templates, automations, one-on-one training session. We'll do lists, all sorts of things that gets you started really, really quickly. So just head on over there, mavendigital.com.au/automation, and we will help you out as best we can. All right, fantastic. Hope that was really helpful. And remember, reach out to us. We're always here to help you.